say I don't want to fight Mexican is because I represent Mexico.
I feel like Canelo's a fucking fight.
Canelo doesn't jab anymore. He looks for one shot now. You know, I mean, the end is there for Canelo.
David Benavidez, the undefeated Mexican monster, has made it clear. His ambition burns to conquer every challenger and rule boxing's world.
The most feared fighter in boxing. Ever see Julio Cesar Chavez in his prime? I'm talking about the daddy. I'm talking about one of the greatest fighters ever. This guy is the closest thing I have seen to a big Julio Cesar Chavez. David, I'm not putting the Chavez thing on you. I'm just saying, you're the closest thing I've seen to a big dude who fights like that. Oh, Canelo's ducking him. This dude's a monster. And I looked and I thought, am I right or wrong about that?
Oh, you're definitely right. You know, you're looking at a man that's not going to let anything outside the ring, you know, mess with his game. But like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not scared of nothing. You know, I accept and I invite war. You know, so if that's what the people of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia want to see, well, let's give it to them. I think everybody is starting to see that I'm fearless, I'm relentless, and I'll fight anybody to get my respect in the ring.
After witnessing Canelo Alvarez fall to Terence Crawford, Benavidez became bold and relentless, demanding the fight while accusing Canelo of fear. 4 years, one name, David Benavidez, has haunted Canelo's legacy, a challenge he's continuously dodged despite the world's growing demand for their long-awaited showdown.
On Canelo, he was talking about how he didn't want to give David Benavidez the fight because he was being disrespectful.
When you look at the history of Canelo, all the fighters that was disrespectful, calling them out, he fought all of them. But I just think from a Mexican standpoint, one being extra disrespectful towards the other, he took the sport out of it, and he just felt as if he wasn't going to give Benavidez the payday that he wanted.
Benavidez is ready to settle the score and reclaim his dominance once and for all. After Canelo Alvarez's crushing defeat to Terence Crawford, that haunting shadow of doubt has grown impossible to ignore. Just weeks ago, the boxing world shook as Crawford, the undisputed welterweight king, moved up 2 weight classes and made Canelo look mortal. It wasn't just a defeat, it was a statement of supremacy that stripped away some of Canelo's legendary aura. Even respected trainers like Ronnie admitted the painful truth. Canelo's prime years might finally be slipping away.
Predicted Crawford by unanimous decision. He got that. You know, I just thought Crawford was too fast for Canelo. So many combinations. Canelo doesn't jab anymore. He looks for one shot now. You know, I mean, the end is there for Canelo.
While Oscar de la Hoya broke down the technical flaws that led to Canelo's downfall, this wasn't just another high-profile clash. It marked a turning point that opened the door for a long-awaited challenge. In an exclusive interview with Inside the Ring, David Benavidez praised Terence Crawford's historic achievement, acknowledging the sheer magnitude of what he had accomplished. Benavidez applauded Crawford for daring to jump 3 weight classes and still conquering the super middleweight division, declaring that his name belongs on boxing's Mount Rushmore. Not only is he an incredible fighter, Benavidez said, but you could see his warrior spirit in that ring, something every boxer should learn from.
First of all, I just want to give Terence Crawford a great congratulations. You know, he's reached a part in history that only so many fighters get to even accomplish in boxing. You know, he's one of the greatest of all time. There's nothing, you can't take that away from him. Terence Crawford should be on the Mount Rushmore in boxing because not only did he go up 3 weight classes, he beat one of the best fighters of his generation. I don't remember any time in history where anybody has come up from 147 pounds and won the super middleweight championship. Not only just won, but the undisputed. He's won every single title. So, you know, man, that man, not only is he a great fighter, but you can tell in that fight by seeing this combination right now how much of a dog he is. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of fighters could take a lot of notes from Terence Crawford, not only physically, but take notes in the heart aspect. And I give it all up to Terence Crawford. You know, he's one of the greatest of all time. And, you know, we salute Terence Crawford.
Long before Crawford's devastating triumph, David Benavidez had been relentlessly chasing Canelo, a haunting presence in the super middleweight division.
3 WBC belts right here. I'm the best in the division. If they want to give me an opportunity now or later, I'm gonna keep winning. You know, like I said, I'm gonna be the greatest in my generation by the time I'm done. And my job is not complete until I make that happen. For Canelo and everybody else, it just shows everybody I'm not around. I'm here to stay. I just look at the facts. You know, people want to see this fight more than Carlos Adames and Charlo. You know, that's why that fight hasn't happened. But for me and Canelo, we have motion. You know, I mean, I've been winning the fights I'm supposed to win in fantastic fashion. He has nobody else to fight. You know what I mean? So if they want to give it to me now, later, whenever, I'm not going nowhere.
4 years, Benavidez, a two-time WBC champion boasting an undefeated record of 30 wins with 25 brutal knockouts, held the interim title, standing as the most dangerous threat to Canelo's long-standing reign and challenging his claim to undisputed supremacy.
I don't really like to bash somebody because at the end of the day, I give respect to Canelo. He's a great fighter.
Yeah.
He's one of the best Mexican fighters of all time.
But wanting to fight him, David, is not bashing him.
Yeah.
That's not bashing him.
But that's what I'm saying. They spin the narrative on Instagram.
Right.
If I say something, they say this or that. But I only want what I earned.
Right.
And I'm entitled to it. From what the WBC told me, they say you win the title limiter, we'll give you a title shot. You win the WBC interim title, we'll give you a title shot. I've been in this position for 3 years. So just because Canelo, he could do what he wants, as he says,
right,
he's not going to fight the top competition. And he's holding all those belts hostage, bro. And it's not like you got other great fighters too. You got me, David Morrell's there. Yeah. How is it fair that these sanctioning bodies let him pick and choose who he wants to fight? And then the Canelo fans too that be talking shit, bro. Like, do you guys not want to see the best fights?
Right.
Like, I don't understand. I'm just trying to make the best fights happen. And that's it. At the end of the day, I just want to give the fans what they want to see.
Yeah.
The talks weren't mere whispers. They were real and explosive. Reports surfaced of a staggering $70 million offer presented to Canelo for the showdown. Benavidez confirmed the proposal, revealing that he was promised a guaranteed $5 million purse to seal the deal and make the long-anticipated fight happen.
Scared of nobody. I've heard everybody that's been in front of me, and Canelo's no different. And I will hurt him too, and I'll take all his belts. It's crazy that he asked for $150 million or $200 million to fight me, but he still has the nerve to say that I don't bring nothing to the table. So if I didn't bring nothing to the table, why are you asking for more money than you won in your whole career if I don't mean anything? Maybe after he gets that money, he could buy himself a pair of balls.
What I wanted to tell you guys too, I mean, this guy, he's making the most money out of everybody. He's charging you guys so much for the pay-per-views. It's like he's spitting in your guys' face, saying that he doesn't give a f what you guys want. He's not going to give you the best fights. He's going to fight the fights that he wants. In my opinion, that's a little bit disrespectful to the fans, but he has cult-like fans that, you know, they don't tell him shit and they're happy with whatever he does. But at the end of the day, if you hold all the titles, you got to fight the best in the division. I'm number one in the division, number one contender. The second one is David Morrell. He's not fighting me, nor he's not fighting David Morrell. So it makes no sense. How is he going to call himself the champion and have all these belts if he doesn't fight the number one or the number two guys? He's asking $200 million. Why, when they bring my name up with him, that's the most money he's going to make. When he fought Amir Khan, he outweighed him by like 25 pounds. But, you know, I think it's just he's running out of excuses and running out of things to say, but it's just how it is. I guess that's when you're the cash cow, you can do whatever you want.
So, the million-dollar question now is simple. Will Canelo Alvarez finally step up and face the monster known as David Benavidez? The boxing world is watching closely as pressure mounts from every corner. Fans, analysts, and legends all agree that this is the fight that must happen to define an era. Benavidez has proven he's not just talk. He's walked through fire, conquered every challenge, and earned his throne as the most dangerous threat in Canelo's path. Meanwhile, Canelo stands at a career crossroads. Chase greatness by accepting the challenge, or risk tarnishing his legacy by avoiding it. The power, the pride, the money, everything is on the line. Will it be the passing of the torch, or the reign of the king continued? One thing's for sure, this fight could rewrite the history books forever. Oh, what do you think? Should Canelo face Benavidez next, or is the era of the monster already here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NBA Pulse for more electrifying boxing breakdowns, intense rivalries, and the real stories behind the gloves.